Yo, what's up boys, and welcome back to yet another video. This one is going to be on a game a few of you guys have requested from me, which is Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. And by a few of you guys, I mean like, I don't know, about 100 people in the past week. Why do people keep on requesting me to play games that I've already made a video on? I mean, I get it, like, but they didn't realize I'd made the first video. But regardless, the game officially came out to Steam as a full access game, not an early access piece of shit, just 3 days ago. So regardless of the fact that I've already made a video on it, I am more than happy to go back onto it and see whether it's worth actually purchasing the full game. It's the year 2017, and people still ask every single day to their favorite YouTuber, should I buy this game? I'm not going to try to get you guys out of a habit, but honestly, just fucking make up your own mind, no flame, but like, you don't need to listen to someone else to make you decide whether you want to buy a game or not. Just watch this gameplay in this video, this beautiful an hour and a half edited down gameplay with snipers, as you can see from the title, and from that, you should be able to work out whether you like this game or not. Personally, me, I'll let you know what I think about the game in a few seconds. Either way, it's nice to be back on a Vietnam-themed game. I mean, tell me I'm fucking retarded if you want, but it seems like, you know, AAA titles these days, it's like modern, slightly futuristic, World War II, modern, futuristic, World War II. I almost said slightly World War II there. But it's nice to see a game set in a unique environment. As far as I know, which I'm a pretty big dweeb, like I do know games pretty decently. The last Vietnam game I personally played, I'm pretty sure, was Bad Company 2's DLC, which was called, I don't know what it was called actually, maybe it was just called Vietnam. But that was a really good DLC. So it's nice to be back in Vietnam again and to experience the interesting environments that entails. You guys know I've got a fetish with indoor environments as well. Or not really indoor environments, but big maps which have got outdoors and indoors. And what can I say, the trenches in these games, they are amazing. Just journeying in there and wondering, is there a dude around this corner? If I go left, will I die? If I go right, will I survive? I just don't know. You'll see a bit of that gameplay later on. Anyway, like I mentioned already, and as you can tell from the gameplay, this video is all about snipers. I didn't see too many videos on YouTube which were primarily showing sniper gameplay, so I wanted to show every single sniper in the game in one beautiful little video. The first sniper you can see on the screen right now, which I think is probably my favorite, is the M21, or I think it's called the XM21 in game. I'm sure I'll trigger some people by saying for exactly the same rifle, they're probably different in some way, but I just call it the M21 because that's what I'm used to from other games. But it's a semi-auto rifle with obviously the beautiful scope. This is a great thing which Tripwire, the developers of this game, do a great job of doing. I've got a bit of a love history with a game which they made in the past, Red Orchestra 2. Don't ask why I didn't play the first one, but I did play the second one. I actually got some YouTube videos on this very YouTube channel of Red Orchestra 2 from like 5 years ago. That game did it as well. It's the picture-in-picture scope. So it's not just a zoomed-in scope and then a zoomed-in surroundings. It's realistic, because obviously you're not going to have your eye hole on the scope itself, in case you guys have never sniped before IRL, which I haven't, not going to lie. You're not supposed to put your eye on the scope, because then when you shoot, when it kicks back, it'll give you a black eye. So yeah, you keep your eye a bit far away from it, close one eye, and then you can see the non-zoomed in surroundings, and then also the zoomed in, right in the middle. That's the scope. That's the sniper scope. There's a few things which makes this game as an FPS title unique and stand out there. Not only its theme obviously being Vietnam, which is kind of unique, but the game does mainly focus on creating a realistic atmosphere. This is only one map of many maps you see on the game today, but there is a lot of, like, you know, city-based maps and stuff like that. But things such as the kill feed being delayed. So if you kill someone, you don't know until a few seconds later, which is a neat thing which we also did back in the Red Orchestra days. Just so that way you don't immediately know, hey, I killed this guy, I'm going to stop. So you're going to keep shooting for a few seconds after that, just to make sure they are, of course, dead. It does have a realistic HP system, so for most guns you are going to manage to one-tap people. For the semi-auto snipers in the game, M21 and SVD on the Vietnam side, those can often not one-tap someone if you shoot them in somewhere which isn't going to necessarily kill a man, like in the arm, in the leg, but they will have to bandage up. But a lot of time if you aim in center mass, or if you aim for the helmet, which will produce a nice little ping sound, then you will manage to one-shot them no matter what weapon you've got, even if it's a pistol. There's definitely more games out there which are unrealistic than realistic in the FPS category especially. Not to say a game necessarily needs to be realistic to make it good, but it is just nice to play a game, an FPS shooter, first-person shooter? Yeah, whatever, we'll go with it. An FPS where you just shoot someone once and they fall over and die. It manages to produce a really good feel with gunplay, even if the game isn't really that good, which this game is good. If you one-shot someone and they fall over, it's like, feels good. You'll see a few of those in here, some moving shots on people with the M21 especially. they felt very good, can confirm. The game still isn't perfect at its current stage, so I'm not really going to honestly give you guys an opinion of, yeah, you should buy it, or no, you shouldn't, but it's a new game, and a lot of people seem to be playing it, and a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. It does definitely seem to be a game which you are going to want to go ahead and sit down with a bunch of buddies, otherwise it is a bit lonely. I still had a fun time, an hour and a half, 2 hours I played it, but it would have been nice to just hear, like, wow, good shot, Lewis, or something like that. You guys can just leave that in the comment section below. Along with Vietnam-based games, I could just Google them, but I'd rather you guys tell me, what Vietnam games do you know which exist? Because I can only think of 2. Like, is there something wrong with my brain? Maybe. The main thing that I say about the game not being perfect is the epilepsy-inducing scopes. It just depends on where you're scoping on in the map, and this was also a thing with the beta build, which was, I think 2 months ago I actually made that original video on it. The flickering scopes. Don't know why it happened. It didn't happen to old games. Maybe it's a certain setting I just need to turn off. I don't know. But I almost had a fucking seizure myself, and I don't even have epilepsy. Just seems weird that a game, you know, which is a full release, has such a game-breaking thing, at least for the sniper side of things. But other than that, you know, the rest of the game kind of works, you know. When you shoot things, they fall over. That's all that matters, really. This is also the first game made by Tripwire Interactive which features a helicopter, which is a bit of a weird statement, but it's true. In case you don't know their history, they pretty much made the Red Orchestra games, made the 2 Rise and Storm games, and we also made Kill on Floor. So, yeah, the rest of the games don't have helicopters in them, so this is a world first for Tripwire. Although you can spawn inside these helicopters if you're on the defending side, which is what I was on as M21 in a certain game mode. There's obviously a bunch of different game modes. I wouldn't advise stepping in one of these helicopters. Most of them are flew by angry Russians, which seem to be really bad at piloting. They just end up kind of breaking the rotors by accident while landing and not really getting us too far, so thanks a lot. It's honestly a bit weird that we added helicopters in this game, but no land vehicles at all. Not that I'm complaining, the helicopters do kind of open up the maps more so than I'd say they have been in the Red Orchestra games. I don't know about the first Rise and Storm, didn't fucking play it, but Rise and Storm 2 was kind of linear. A lot of maps are kind of linear, but it feels like these maps are just got so many routes because, of course, you kind of need to have a big map if you're going to have a helicopter. I think Red Orchestra 2, if I'm not mistaken, did also have tanks in it, which you could use, but other than that, was not really anything else, so this is a world first. So I talked a decent amount about the M21, or XM21, whatever, and the SVD, but I haven't talked too much about the bullet action, which you will see also a bit of gameplay in here as well. You can only use it on the Vietnam side, and it is the only bullet action in the game. Maybe they'll add some more in the future or something like that. The bullet actions were definitely a staple of Red Orchestra 2. I'm pretty sure there was more than one in the game, and since it was World War II or World War II game, I guess it's kind of just a World War II thing. But don't worry, there is still bullet action snipers with 3D scopes in Vietnam Rise and Storm 2. I just said the game's name completely wrong. The thing's a fucking beast though. The game is of course realistic, like I mentioned before, so even if you go ahead and left click on someone's little foot, as long as that bullet connects, they will fall over and die. And again, I cannot emphasize how good it feels to kill someone in this game. The gunplay has to be good. One of the biggest parts of, you know, a recent success PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's a bit weird, the past 2 videos I've made have both talked about its success, but it's a pretty fucking successful game. No one's seen it coming. It's like the best or most popular game on Steam, other than Valve games. But yeah, that game has great gunplay in it. It feels good to shoot someone. Tripwire have always done this very well, and we've just brought it over to Vietnam. It's a fucking good idea. Although you won't see me using it in this gameplay footage, you are actually able to use the bolt action and the shotgun with manual pumping and manually bolting. So if you want to actually look down the sight, then you can turn it off, or if you just want to pump manually and bolt manually, you can do that. Just got to turn the setting on. By default, it is off, so it will do it automatically, or on, either one. I wish I could have used the RPG more and shot down some more helicopters or something like that. I did see a few fly from the sky in my time while playing. There is a few areas on the map when you are on the attacking side on this map and game mode, which have got like AA bunkers. You'll probably see it a few times in the northeast area. I think it's B on the map. I open a map like no tomorrow just because when you're on the attacking side you can also get like the UAV up online, which are commander controls. You can do a bunch of shit as a commander now, which I'm pretty sure was not a thing, or at least the level of detail in Red Orchestra 2 with the UAV, which you can shoot down. You can do napalm strikes because it's Vietnam. Why would there not be napalm strikes? You can do some bombing strikes. And of course there is the helicopters which go up as well. There is an attack helicopter, there is a transport helicopter. There's a bit of everything really. Since it's been so long since I last played Red Orchestra 2, like I said, I think about 5 years ago, this game just reminded me of Insurgency / Day of Infamy. That's the game which they made and released kind of recently, which is a World War II version of Insurgency, started off as a mod. Just because, I don't know, Insurgency and Day of Infamy are realistic shooters which I've played in more recent times. And in case you guys are wondering, but Lewis, if you love these games so much, then why don't you play them more and make more videos on them? People always ask me, like, what games do you play off camera? I really don't play anything off camera. the stuff that I play on my stream is the stuff that I play as a whole. When you become a YouTuber and streamer, especially if you put a decent amount of time into it, which, believe it or not, I do spend more than 5 minutes in my videos, approximately 10 minutes per video, XD, you end up just not really playing games off camera. Everything I stream and everything I record is pretty much all that I play. I don't have time to try out all these different games. If a game isn't going to make me, you know, views and money, then what's the point in playing it? That sounds like the most sellout thing I've ever fucking said, but it's true. You know, if it was up to me, I'd be playing World of Warcraft all day and just, like, fucking doing nothing with my life. But I can't touch MMOs. If I touch MMOs, it ruins my YouTube channel. I can't make videos on an MMO. I've got to keep on playing Armor and all these other epic games, you know? I'd love to make more content on these games, you know? It just depends on how well a video does in terms of views and likes and all that bullshit as to whether I'm going to make future content on that game which I make a video on. That's kind of how the world of YouTube works. People always ask me, like, why don't you make videos on this game anymore? I just don't, because it doesn't do well on my YouTube channel, and that makes me sad. It's not just about the money, but, you know, if more people are viewing it, then I can only see more people are, like, liking that video, maybe? So, just don't make fucking content on it, you know? It's smart, I know. Said I wasn't going to give you guys a review, and this isn't a review. I'm not a reviewer, but the game's good. That's all I know. It's got a very positive rating on Steam right now, 3,000 reviews. It's very popular. You're not going to struggle to find a 64-slot server, and after loving Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam so much, it's nice to be back in Vietnam again. I did actually research while making this amazing video how many Vietnams kind of came out in the past 10 years or so, or since the start of 2010. And I think it was around about 12 or 13 games, some of which I've never heard of, most of which I've never heard of, and also one which you guys might know, Magica Vietnam. Magica. How could you even call that a Vietnam game? I mean, it's unless you got Vietnam in the title, because it's like some DLC or some bullshit. It's Magica. I don't know, in terms of like solid, popular, multiplayer-based FPSs on Vietnam, you only got 2. Okay, I was right. I think I was right. Pretty sure I was right. But yeah, I'd probably say when I think about it, this is my favourite FPS release of this year, which isn't too bad considering it has been 6 months. I can't think of any other releases in the past 6 months which are first-person shooters which have really been solid. Other than PUBG. Yeah, no, PUBG, that's what people call it. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is pretty good. It's not a first-person shooter. Yeah, no, it's not a first-person shooter. It's a third-person shooter and a first-person shooter. So this is my favourite 2017 first-person shooter. It's pretty good. There's a few things as well which I forgot to mention because, like I said, this isn't a review. I'm just kind of rambling random thoughts while putting decent gameplay in the background. But I mean, after playing a bit more, it is pretty easy to find a place where people actually communicate. Like I mentioned before, I was on a European server, so everyone was just speaking Russian and shit. Even though a few minutes before I was speaking perfectly good English, and what happened there. But the voice IP in this game is okay. You can talk with your squad and with your team. So if you join a decent community, then you will find people actually working together, which makes things 10 times better when teamwork is involved. Like I said as well, there is a bunch of maps and there is customization of your character as well. So when you level up through obviously winning games and killing people and all that bullshit, you will be able to customize your character as well. So some motivation to bring you back over and over again into this game, other than, hey, it's pretty fun. You can get, you know, some sick gold skins for your weapons. I'm just kidding, you can't. It's not Call of Duty. Anyway, for the slightly mature viewer out there, hopefully this was an interesting and creative commentary and really some good gameplay of some sniper shit in the background. I know why you guys come to my channel and like to watch me shoot people in first-person shooters. It's because I'm okay at the video game. Yeah, not everyone jerks over me that I'm the best at PUBG or whatever, but it's okay because I know in the back of my mind that I'm a global elite, 2-time winner of Survivor games. I'm fucking insane at FPSs. Not really, I'm joking a bit, but I'm kind of decent. I play video games too much, so I'm just naturally decent. And I'm a man, which means I get an advantage over women, because I'm sure this game has a lot of girls who played. So that's pretty good. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the good gameplay, and you know, if you guys want to see some more, then maybe I could do some more. I do need to find a friend. I don't have any friends. Like, who the fuck plays this game? Like, who's my new friend? Because sometimes my friends aren't around. It's 7:52 AM right now because I'm preparing for a 24-hour stream, which I'm actually doing as you watch this video. But I can't find any friends because it's really late, so I just have to play video games for myself. And it's okay. It's just, I think it could be better. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Like I said, if you want to see some more, then you know what to do. Or if you don't, then I'm not going to tell you what to do, because that's called begging for likes. Please like this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!